Hi folks, just want to talk quickly about the Bollinger Bands here, another of the standard indicators available on most charting packages that you will find, even the free charting packages. So Yahoo, Google, all of those packages will generally have the Bollinger Bands indicator on it. And what it looks to do is it gives you a moving average, right? And then it plots volatility bands above and below, a certain number of standard deviations above and below. That the number of standard deviations is set by you, and it's used to represent volatility, right? So in this case, I used two standard deviations above and two standard deviations below. And traders use these bands in a number of different ways. Obviously, they may use the bands as reversion indicators or places to suggest where price may revert back to the mean. They also use the bands to suggest breakout areas. So for example, if price were to shoot straight up above the top of this band here, then a lot of traders will be looking for it to come back to the band to enter a long trade, or to come back into this zone to enter a long trade. Traders also use the bands to identify or discern the strength of a trend. You can also use the bands to try to kind of give yourself an idea of when there might be some price confusion, because as the bands widen out, as the security becomes more volatile and it gets more narrow, as price becomes less volatile. So there are a lot of different ways that the Bollinger Bands are used. We don't like, or I don't like, the Bollinger Bands as much as the linear regression channels, just because visually I like the linear regression channels better. I like the way they play on price better. And you don't have as much, without the curvature, it's not as confusing, at least to me. So I tend to prefer the linear regression channels, although the Bollinger Bands and the linear regression channels basically show you a lot of the same information. That's it on the Bollinger Bands, another of the standard indicators that are available on most trading packages. And we'll talk to you soon.